This is Jarrod Horak, and this is my latest Road to the 2024 Kentucky Derby video. In this video, I'm going to analyze the Grade 3 Wither Stakes at Aqueduct. That race will be run Saturday, February 3rd, 2024, one of 4 Kentucky Derby points races on February 3rd. I'll be covering all those on my YouTube channel this week, so stay tuned to those. There's also going to be 3 Kentucky Oaks points races. I already did 2 of those videos. At Gulfstream Park, I did the Forward Gal Stakes, and at Oaklawn, the Martha Washington. You can watch those on my YouTube channel, and then stay tuned to those other Kentucky Derby points races later this week. And if you're interested in checking out my Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks reports, head on over to todaysracingdigest.com. And then when you get to the digest, at the top, you'll see a Kentucky Derby tab. Click on that tab. It will take you over to the Digest Derby page. And there you'll be able to read my Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks reports. I updated this week my exceptional 11 Kentucky Derby contenders on January 30th, and you can read that post on the Digest Derby page. And if you want to check out the all-new runawayhorse.com, that's my personal website. I just had that website upgraded. I'm going to be doing a lot of fun stuff this year on that website. I have free picks. I'm going to have more articles. I'm going to be covering more tracks. So go over to the runawayhorse.com, check out that all-new website. And now we'll get into the analysis of this video. And I'm going to be doing the 9th race at Aqueduct for February 3rd, Grade 3, $250,000 Wither Stakes for 3-year-olds, a mile and an eighth on the main track. 3:55 p.m. Eastern Time is the scheduled post, and Speed Runner has speed breaking from that inside post at 5-1 morning line for trainer Todd Pletcher, the son of Gun Runner, with Jose Lezcano, his maiden winning pilot, riding back. Only 2 starts for this one. He was 3rd in a 7-furlong race in his career debut at Aqueduct, and then he stretched out to a mile and an eighth last time out on December 8th, pressed the pace, took the lead by a half length, and then he dug in and he was able to graduate by a neck. That was a decent effort there. Expect from that inside post that he's going to try to get forward position. Deposition is a 50-1 outsider in here. Adding blinkers, this is the son of Constitution. He's 1 for 6 with a show finish. He broke his maiden at Parks at a mile and 70 yards by 4 lengths as the favorite. And then last time in the Heft Stakes at Laurel at 7 furlongs. He was 7th and last in a 7-horse field, beaten 13 lengths. He's going to have to step up his game. Lightline is your 8-5 morning line favorite. This is a $600,000 son of City of Light. And Brad Cox is the trainer, and Manny Franco will ride this one for the first time. 3 starts with a win in 2 seconds. All of those races were over a route of ground. His 1-mile debut at Horseshoe Indy, he broke his maiden by 13 lengths as the favorite. Second time out, a mile and a 16th optional claiming race at Keeneland. He was the favorite again there. He didn't win, but he was clearly second best. And then in his last start, an optional claiming race at Oaklawn Park. He was not the favorite in that race, and he ended up finishing second behind Carbone. That was a 12-horse field, and he rallied from 12th and last. Now, he showed good speed in his debut, and then his second start, he tracked the pace, then he came from far back last time. Probably going to want to stalk the pace in this spot. El Grande is next, and he's 5-2 morning line. This is a New York-bred son of Take Charge Indy for trainer Linda Rice. Kendrick Carmouche will ride. And this one with 9 starts. He's been in the top 3 in 8 of those 9 starts. He's a 3-time winner. He's won twice at Aqueduct, including the Sleepy Hollow Stakes. That was in the mud at 1 mile in October. And he opened up a 5-length lead in the stretch there, and then he was able to hold on and win by a length and a quarter. Last time in a Kentucky Derby points race, the Jerome Stakes. That was 1 mile on a fast track on January 6th. Drum roll, please, was the favorite, and he won easily. And El Grande was clearly second best, more than 7 lengths clear of the show finisher. He should impact the pace. We'll see how far he wants to go in here. Seminole Chief is next, and he's 2 for 3 lifetime for trainer Jack Sisterson. This is a son of Gervin, with Trevor McCarthy riding for the first time. In his Finger Lakes debut, he broke his maiden by 8 lengths at 5 furlongs. And then they went to Gulfstream Park to run in the Florida Sire Series, the Affirmed Stakes, on October 21st. He was 6th, beaten 12 lengths. He split that 12-horse field at 45-1 odds. Then he added blinkers and stretched out in the In Reality Stakes last time out. And as a 12-1 long shot there, he pressed the pace. He was dueling in the stretch, and he was able to edge clear and win by a half length. So expect that he'll be all over the pace in this spot. Society Man, 20-1 on the morning line, and this is still a maiden for trainer Danny Gargan. This is a son of Good Magic. In the 10-horse field on his debut, he was 35-1. He was 7th, beaten 16 lengths. In his second career start, he faced Speedrunner last time out in that 1.125 maiden race at Aqueduct, and he wasn't disgraced. He was 3rd in that 6-horse field. He did improve much, showed much improvement second time out, but he's going to have to really improve again to threaten these. Mission Beach used to be in the Bob Baffert barn, and he broke his maiden at Del Mar in his career debut at 60 cents on the dollar, battling on the pace and winning by 1.25 lengths. They shipped to Saratoga in the Grade 1 hopeful second time out. He dueled through quick fractions there, and he split a 10-horse field. And then back to California for the Grade 3 Bob Hope Stakes. His stablemate at that time, Nisos, romped that day. Stronghold was second best. It was only a 4-horse field. Tejan Pass was 3rd, and then this one was 4th, beaten 28 lengths. And then he moved to the Brittany Russell barn, and he looked like a new horse, or at least from a running style standpoint. He was 40 cents on the dollar in an optional claiming race at Laurel at 6 furlongs, and broke from the inside post, and he was 8 lengths back early, sitting in 5th place. Finished nicely in the stretch. He kept moving up. He got up to 3rd in the stretch, and then he won by 1.75 lengths. So now he's going to stretch out in distance. They paid $400,000 for this one. There's a son of Curlin. Wouldn't be surprised if he handled added ground, but he's only sprinted so far through 4 starts. Uncle Heavy is next for trainer Robert Reed, and this one's coming in from Parks, and he's 2 for 3 at Parks. He won his career debut at 6 furlongs. The runner-up was the next out winner, and this one came back in the Pennsylvania Nursery at 7 furlongs, and he was 5th, beaten 10 lengths in a 9-horse field, and then they stretched him out to 1.70 miles in a Pennsylvania bred stakes race last time out, and he was able to win that one, stalking the pace by 1.25 lengths. So now he's got that route experience under his belt, and he's got some decent late pace ratings, and I wouldn't be surprised if he rallied for a share. Khanate is next for trainer Todd Pletcher. He's the son of Hightail, and he's 1 for 5 lifetime. His maiden win was at Keeneland at 7 furlongs, and he won by 10 lengths that day. An optional claiming race around 2 turns at Churchill on November 9th. He dueled on the lead, and he weakened to finish 6th. And then last time he was a well-beaten 3rd in the Jerome Stakes. He was battling on the pace. From that outside post, Eric Cancel, his new rider, will probably try to get him up on the pace. So I think the horses that you can expect to be closest to the pace, Khanate from that outside post, maybe Mission Beach stretching out, but they did prove that he could relax last time. Seminole Chief likes to be forwardly placed. El Grande certainly will be all over the pace. And then Speedrunner from the inside post. So I think the pace should be honest in here, and the favorite seems to stand out in this race, Lightline, and he's going to be my top choice in here. It just seems to be his race. He's earned decent late pace ratings in 2 of his 3 starts. If you look at his Today's Racing Digest final time ratings, he definitely showed improvement, a 120 in the debut, and then he jumped up to a 125 last time out. So that's a good sign that he ran a quality race last time. Just don't want to see him that far back in this race. I think he's going to revert to stalking tactics in here. I think he's going to wear these down. He might have a bit more stamina than this group. So maybe looking at exotics, if you're looking for some horses to use underneath, you could definitely consider Mission Beach. I like that improvement that he showed for trainer Brittany Russell last time out, rallying from off the pace, whereas in his first 3 starts, he was all over the pace. So we'll have to see what kind of style that they go for here in this route race. Uncle Heavy, I can definitely see him sneaking in there. He might get overlooked in the wagering. He's one that is a Pennsylvania bred, but he has that experience and that stakes win against State Bred Company last time. I think he might be good enough to get a share in this race. So if you're playing exotics, use Uncle Heavy. Mission Beach will be my alternative to the top choice, Lightline, if that one scratches. But Lightline is my top choice in the Grade 3 Wither Stakes at Aqueduct for Saturday, February 3rd. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you like this horse racing content. Keep checking my YouTube channel for all of these Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks videos. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races.